is Jade, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make these DIY manga panel phone cases. One is just a single character phone case and the other one is a manga panel straight from the manga itself. And the inspiration behind this is me scrolling through Instagram and saw these anime manga panel phone cases and it looked really cool, so I really want to try and make it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So here are the things that you'll need. The single character manga panel template. You can use the ones that I used or made, and I will put the link in the description down below, or I will make a small tutorial later in the video. And please make sure to print your templates with a laser printer, not an inkjet printer, a laser printer, because the inkjet ones wouldn't work. And if you don't have a laser printer at home like me, you can always go to like some sort of like craft store or convenience store and print it there, or you can print it in a school or somewhere that has a laser printer. And I will be also showing you why the inkjet printer doesn't work. Next, you'll be needing some water, so I just found a big bowl and put some room temperature water in it. And then you'll be needing some cutting utensils like scissors and a cutter or a X-Acto knife and a cutting board and a steel ruler of your choice if you want, and all kind of that stuff. And then you'll be needing some clear or transparent sellotape, some wax or baking paper, phone cases, and a towel. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is optional. You can either tape them first or cut them out first, but I decided to cut them out first. So first get your template and then your cutting utensils and then cut your template out. Make sure don't cut onto where the printed areas is. Try to leave like a gap or space in between. Here is also a small tutorial on how I made the template. First, make sure you're using a white background, and then I got like a rectangular shape onto, you can use Photoshop, but I just used the preview function. And then I got like a white colored plain rectangle to just cover one part of the line. And then use the text function and then type your character's Japanese name onto one vertical line. In my case, it's Shoto Todoroki's. And as for the font, it's really up to you. I just used Arial. And the size is also really up to you. And then move and adjust on where you want to put the name onto your template. And then search up your character's manga panel, must be like a single character and it's like plain. And then just copy and paste the picture onto your grid. Readjust the size and move it as you will. And then insert another text if you want and just type in the English name of your character. In my case, it's again Shoto Todoroki. And then after that, you can save into a PDF, adjust the size on while you want to print it, and then done. Also, make sure to print the template and cut the template to the size of the sellotape, so that'll be easier to work with later and it can fit onto your phone case. After you've cut out your templates or your manga pieces, get your sellotape and tape the sellotape onto the printed side of the manga panels. Be careful when you're trying to tape the template onto your sellotape because it is very adhesive, and for some reason gravity doesn't listen to you when the templates do sometimes tend to just go for it and stick onto the sellotape on its own. And try to make sure you tape the sellotape flat and try to not have any air bubbles. You can also use some scissors and your ruler to like flatten that out after you've taped your sellotape onto the template or manga panel. Also make sure the sellotape is tightly sealed or tightly taped onto the printed side of your manga panels or your templates. And if you want to have like a less sticky surface, you can always use your wax paper or baking paper and then just do your sellotaping there. And if you have some like also excess tape hanging out of the template or manga panels, you can just leave it at a side and leave it there. We will deal with that later. When I was doing it, I just kind of left it aside facing the tape upwards so that it won't stick to the surface while I was working on the other templates. After, cut off the excess tape from the manga panels and make sure to leave some space and don't cut on the line on the printed areas of your templates or your manga panels. After that's done, lay out your towel onto the surface on where you're going to put your water bowl on. And then put your cutted templates and your taped templates into the water and let it soak for about 5 minutes. This helped the printed areas to be stuck onto the sellotape so that it turns into like a transparent sticker. This is also where the laser printed part comes in, because the laser printed templates only works for this specific step. Inkjet printed templates would not work. After the 5 minutes is up, you can leave it longer if you want to. Get your templates or that is soaking in there, and then start rubbing the back side of your templates and try to get the paper off of the Cellotape. And then you will start seeing the printed areas being stuck onto the Cellotape. But make sure to do it gently and don't do it super rough, or you might actually accidentally rub off the printed manga panels that are stuck on the Cellotape. And after that's done, you can just set it aside to dry on a piece of towel. Make sure the sticky side is facing upwards so it's not sticking onto the towel. And make sure to let it completely dry. Here is also a small experiment on why the inkjet printers doesn't work. I put the one with the inkjet printer into the water and then let it sit for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I start rubbing the backside of the template and try to rub out all the paper that is on the tape. So while I was rubbing out the piece of paper, as you can see, the printed panel also gets rubbed out with the piece of paper. So the ink clearly didn't work very well. You either have to scratch it really gently, or you'll just go, good, this is what happened. Anyways, moving back to the video, if you also made some different manga panels or templates like me, do the same steps as you did before to make the stickers. After your templates or manga panels has dried, get your wax paper or baking paper and then stick your manga panels onto the sheets. And don't worry, the adhesive or the sticky part of your stickers or sellotape is still there, but if you want to make it more stickier, you can always put like another piece of sellotape on top of what you have already made. And after that, get your cutting stationeries like your scissors and your X-Acto knives, and then cut out your stickers. Cut it to the shape and the size of your choice. I just left mine into a rectangle, and make sure that your sticker fits onto your phone case. And also, please don't cut it to the outlines or the printed areas of your stickers. And after you've cut out all of your stickers or your manga panels or your templates, get one of your phone cases. This can be any kind. I just use some clear phone cases that I have. You can also use some plain colored phone cases. I feel like those work the best, but I don't have those at the moment, so I just ended up using these. And then after that, pick your manga panel or your template of your choice and just stick it onto your phone case. You could stick it on where you want, but I prefer stick it onto a somewhat center of my phone case. And then after that, you're done. So everything you need are practically the same than the previous one. However, instead of just a single character manga panel, you just get a random manga panel you found in a manga online and print them out in a laser printer. You need your cutting utensils, rulers, sellotape, your baking paper or wax paper. More phone cases, this could be transparent or any plain colored phone cases. A big bowl of water. And a towel again. So without further ado, let's get started. So first, print your manga panels and cut out your templates with your cutting utensils and scissors. And make sure your manga panels are large enough to fit onto your phone case or your sellotape. If it's too big, it won't work very well. So make sure to print it not too big and not too small. And make sure that they're printed with a laser printer instead of an inkjet printer. And if you want to use the ones I used, I will put the ones I used in the link in the description down below. And when you're cutting it, make sure you're not cutting directly onto the printed areas. After you've cut out your manga panels, get your sellotape and tape your manga panels onto the printed side with your sellotape. Make sure they're tightly sealed and tightly taped. Use a ruler to flatten it out and make sure there's no air bubbles. Also, if you don't want to have like a sticky surface, you can always use a baking paper or wax paper to help you with this step. And also cut out the excess tape or sellotape you have. Make sure you also leave some gaps in between that you're not cutting onto the line. After that's done, get your towel and your bowl of water And do the same steps as we talked about earlier. Put your manga panels into the water, let it soak for around 5 minutes or longer, and then rub off the paper. Make sure to rub off all the paper and make sure to gently rub it so you won't accidentally rub off the ink. And if you have other manga panels like me, feel free to do the same thing to those. And then after it's done, set it aside to dry. And after it's dried, tape them onto the wax paper. And don't worry, the adhesive and the sticky part is still there. And if you want to make it even more stickier, you can always get another piece of Cellotape and just tape it on top of it. And then after that, you cut out the excess wax paper, and you can also kind of shape and change the size of how you want your manga panel to be. I just kind of left it as a rectangle, and make sure you don't cut out the printed areas of your Cellotape. After that's done, get your plain phone case. It could be a transparent or plain colored phone case. I still prefer a plain colored one, but I don't have it, so I'm using a transparent one in the meantime. And then stick your manga panel onto your phone case. Since most of mine are kind of like horizontal, I just kind of stuck my panels into a horizontal area. And then after that, you're done. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys want to see more of these videos, please make sure to give a like and subscribe. And if you were to make these phone cases, what anime or manga would you do? My Hero Academia, Fairy Tail, Naruto, Attack on Titan, all of those good old jumbos? Or what single character would you do? Shoto Todoroki, Bakugo, Natsu, etc. Please comment down below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and the shout out goes to Wandering Soul 90. I am so sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but congratulations, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys, peace out.